What is going on, everyone? This is Brian Downard, your host of Laptop Empires, the show that teaches you how to build and grow a business from anywhere in the world. This is episode number 15, and today we've got a really great request from one of our viewers, Carl Ashfield. I want to give you a quick shout out. Thank you for this awesome topic idea. Today we're going to talk about how to onboard new marketing clients. So you just got a brand new client, you're really excited, they said yes. Now you've got to get them signed up as quickly as possible so you can get them results, get them happy, and then repeat the process and get new clients. All right? So I want to encourage you to stick around until the very end because I'm going to make you a special bonus offer to get some exclusive free content. You just have to do one simple thing. I'll explain all of that at the end of the video. Otherwise, let's dive right into this. So step number one, you're going to want to clearly outline the next steps. So the things that I'm going to break down right now, when you get a yes, a verbal yes, and a commitment from a potential client and a lead, you need to clearly outline these next steps so they know what to expect and the steps they need to take in order to become a client. So I'm going to break them down real quickly, but we're going to go through each one in detail. So in that meeting or the phone call, when you get the yes, you're going to say to them, okay, so here's what's going to happen next. I'm going to send you a terms of service document. I'm going to have already signed it. I'm going to need your signature. Then I'm going to send you your invoice. I'm going to want you to pay that invoice. And then once those two things are done, we can schedule the kickoff call. And lastly, we're going to get your campaign started rolling ASAP. So those four things are very critical. Your terms of service document, your invoice, the kickoff call, and then of course setting that expectation and getting them excited to start getting them results quickly and get the ball rolling. So the first thing, your terms of service document. So basically what this is it's just a couple of pages that's going to describe what you're going to do, what the client's expectations and what they should do and what they need to do for you, how much it costs, and then of course some text in there that is going to protect you against any copyright issues, or if there's a possibility the client tries to hold you liable for losses in their business, this document helps protect you against that. Now something I want to say about the terms of service document is that it's not a proposal. You want to avoid proposals if possible. People who ask for proposals, that basically means that you didn't do your job well enough in selling them in the first place. Now, if you go back to the previous episode of Laptop Empires, I talk about how you can pre-frame clients and leads to get them excited and establish you as the expert, so before you even get to the meeting, they're already excited. Because what a proposal is going to do is it's going to waste a lot of your time. The client really doesn't want to read all of those details, and there's a high chance that it's just going to confuse them and you're going to lose the deal. So avoid proposals and stick with the terms of service document. Now, I know it might be confusing, what exactly you should include in this, so below the video in the links, I'm going to include a link to a template that you can use. I think is going to be very helpful. You can kind of trim it down, make it your own, and then you can use that over and over again for new clients. So what I like to do is I attach basically my signature digitally to that document using Preview. So Preview is an app on my Mac computer that I have. Now if you're on Windows, you can use Adobe Reader or any software like that. But I like to just do things digitally. It's much easier than trying to hand sign the document after you print it, mail it to them, wait for you to mail it back, or try and meet with them in person again and then get them to sign it. It's just annoying. Sometimes what they'll do is when they get the digital document, they'll print it, sign it, scan it, and send it back, whatever's comfortable to them. I just like to send it in a PDF. It's easy for me, and then when they send it back, I then have my signature and their signature on the terms of service. I save that into a file on my computer just in case we ever need to refer to it. So then step number 2 is of course to send the invoice. You want to get paid. So during your conversations and meetings with them, you more than likely, not more than likely, you must have, because they agreed to pay you whatever amount you said it would cost. So basically what you're doing is you're just sending in the invoice whatever you agreed on the payment would be. So $500 a month, $1,000, whether there's a startup fee or a kickoff fee, whatever that is, inject that into and add it into your invoice and send that over to them. Now, I use FreshBooks, and I don't want to plug FreshBooks too much. I do love it. It only costs me $20 a month. But why I like it so much is because at the end of the year, when it's time to do taxes, it takes all of the invoices I sent, all the money that I made, and all of the things that I spent money on during the year, and it pretty much does my taxes for me, which is a way better than me just trying to sit down and do that. I would go crazy, honestly. I would probably not even be in business if I had to sit down and do taxes by myself. So FreshBooks, I highly recommend that. It's a very simple way. You can just add in their names, emails, add them as a client, and then schedule to have them receive monthly invoices. And what's nice about this too is it lets clients pay traditionally with a check, so they can just send you a check in the mail. A lot of my old school clients prefer to still do that. But other ones, they want to pay with a credit card. So FreshBooks allows them to do either one of those. And if they don't pay, FreshBooks is really good about sending friendly reminders to make sure they do. And then at the end of the year, it's tracked all of your income and expenses, and it helps you do your taxes. So very simple. So again, you want to, in the same email after they've given you the verbal commitment, the terms of service and the invoice. So send both of those in the same email or message. Make sure they get both of those things done before you move on to step 3. So step 3 now is here scheduling a kickoff call. Now this can be a little tricky because, as I just mentioned, I don't typically like to schedule the kickoff call until they've paid the invoice and they sign the documents. At a very minimum, sign the documents. But you really can feel out the client, and if you think they're good for the money, you trust them and that they're going to pay you, you can go ahead and schedule a kickoff call along when you send the document as the terms of service and their invoice. You can schedule that kickoff call then if you trust they're going to pay you. Now again, I want to leave this up to your gut feeling. I've had people in the past who I thought were extremely trustworthy. I started doing work and it had been like a month, they hadn't paid me, and then they just decided that they weren't going to pay me. So don't let that happen to you. But on the other hand, I've got a new client that I just signed. They were extremely trustworthy, excited to get started. I knew they were good for the money just based on their showroom, what they do, the kind of people they were, the reviews they had on their website, just the feeling that I got from them. Of course, we got started and I scheduled a kickoff call. The check came in the mail the day after we had the kickoff call. So it's not always going to work out that way. Judge each client, kind of based individually, and then make that decision whether you should schedule the call before or after they actually pay you. So now during this kickoff call, now this is key here, so listen up. On the call, you're going to want to do a couple of different things. You're going to want to get any login access that you need from the client. So I do Facebook advertising. I'm going to need to be an admin of their page and an admin of their ad account. So 2 separate places, but you might be doing website development or SEO or AdWords. So you're going to want to get any logins or access that you're going to need from the client to do your job. Now you're also going to want to find out who on their team does what. Again, I specifically focus on Facebook ads and don't always do web design or things like that. So my clients are typically going to have someone on staff who manages their website, and it's not going to be the owner or their general manager. It might be in some cases, but a lot of times it's going to be a third party or someone you've never even met. So you just got to make sure you know exactly who those people are so you can do your job effectively. I, of course, need to create content like sales promotions and images that would go onto the website, so knowing who those people are makes it easy, where I'm not trying to bug the decision makers and the owners of this business, my true clients, with, hey, who should I be sending this to? You already figured that out day one, and you're not bothering them with any of those annoying details that they probably don't care about. All right, so also you want to figure out along those same lines how you're going to plan to install whatever code you might need onto their website. Again, with Facebook advertising, there's a pixel, a line of code you want to install. So you need to figure out who on their team can help you do that. And if they can't, then you need to figure out how to do it on your own by logging into their website and adding that stuff in. Okay, so also you're going to want to get and collect any assets. Ask that the client collects any photos, videos, logos, reviews, testimonials, literally any resources or things that they have which they would feel that you could use in your online marketing and in your projects you're going to do for them. Again, this is going to save you a lot of time instead of trying to dig this all up online. And there's likely, and it's very likely, that they have a lot of really good resources and content that's not even available online, that you can't even find, that you'll be able to get from them. So make sure they send all of that over to you day one as well. Additionally, you're going to want to make sure you get their email lists. Now, this is key if you're doing Facebook advertising, because you can upload their email lists into Facebook and their customer list to create custom audiences. So again, it might not be applicable if you're selling different types of services, but again, it falls under the category of collect any resources from the clients you're going to need to do a good job for them. Okay, and then of course we talked about this a little bit, but now this is always important. You want to set expectations all the time. So we told the client what to expect after they said yes, and now on this kickoff call, we're telling them again what to expect next. Now, what to expect is you're going to plan their first campaign and you're going to get them results quickly. And of course, you can explain to them how to do that, but you just want to get them still excited and get the ball rolling and make sure they understand what happens next. So I recommend on this phone call to start planting the seed and planning their first campaign. Some clients might need to be more involved than others, but you can use this kickoff call as a platform to start planning and really laying out their first campaign and offer with them. Now, you don't have to. You can reschedule this call at a different time, or maybe you just ask them for some information around the offer you want to create. So an example is I do a lot of patio furniture promotions, and we do sales around specific dates. So I'll have my client, when I onboard them, hey, send me which products and which percentages you'd like to promote. So I wait for them to get the list, and then using that info, I can go out and build their campaigns. So again, I'm starting to plan that first campaign on the phone, get them excited, and start to get them results quickly. Now, what I also like to do is I follow up on the telephone at least every other week, and then I email probably once a week, if not more often, with some clients. Now, some people may think that is overkill, and I am working on hiring out a customer success manager to do a lot of that. But listen, when you can follow up with your clients and show them that you have an invested, ongoing interest in their business and their success, that's going to save you a lot of heartache down the road. I've had different clients whose campaigns haven't worked out exactly how we want them to. And because we were so attentive to their needs, making sure that we're adjusting the campaigns, helping set expectations and let them know what's going on, we've kept those clients on board long enough to adjust those campaigns that they're actually working and winning. And we kept them around because they saw we actually cared and wanted them to succeed. I know it's easy to get scared and hide behind your computer and not email or call clients when the campaign's not working, but you can't do that. You have to set expectations, keep them in the loop, and even when the campaign's not going well, they're going to be a lot more forgiving, and you'll be able to keep clients longer while you fix their campaigns. Cool. So that's pretty much my onboarding process, guys. Pretty straightforward, but of course, the harder part comes when now you actually have to deliver results for the clients. So what I want to do for you is offer this awesome bonus. So what I want you to do, first let me tell you what the bonus is before I ask you what I want you to do. So I have a really great video on my website. It's hidden. It's a hidden link. You can't access it unless I send this to you. And what this is a quick hack. It takes about 10 minutes to implement, and it doesn't matter whether you're doing Facebook ads, SEO, AdWords, web design, whatever. This little hack, if you do this for your clients day one, right after you sign them up, this will get them results right away and start getting leads in the door so they get excited and want to keep you around. And again, this helps give you some buffer and some time to actually optimize their campaigns. Not every campaign is going to start kicking ass on day one or week one. So doing this little trick that I have in the bonus video will help you get those results quickly, regardless of what you're selling. And now if you're interested and you want to grab that bonus and check it out, all I want you to do is one thing. Right now, below this video in the comments, I want you to share with me the number one question that you have about finding and closing more clients for your business. So go ahead and do that right now in the comments. Leave the answer to that question. What is your number one question about finding and closing more clients? All right? Sound fair? When you do that, I will send you personally and through a message the link to that video, and then you can get access to that and start using it for your clients. All right, guys, I hope this info has been helpful to you. Again, my name is Brian Downard. This has been Laptop Empires episode number 15. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one.